Go to Window, select Dungeon Creator V1, and press Full Setup and dock the window. Now we start building our dungeon using the 2D map, which allows you to create new rooms by pressing door buttons. Each room is customizable in size, location, type. There are 25. The basic rooms have a range of custom furnishings. Each room can have 1 to 4 doors, and they can be moved along the sides of the same room. Further customization is the height of the room and the possibility of having a roof. The visual interface can be scaled using the mouse wheel, and you can always translate with the mouse. Now pressing Create Dungeon in the Scene window will generate the 3D view of the 2D map. The dungeon is procedural and prefabs must be associated in the node window. Each node is customizable and replaceable with its own 3D models. We now change the type of a room and use Special Room 1, which is characterized by a series of stairs, and press Create Dungeon. We can continue to edit rooms and try to create a room that has a set of cafeteria tables. Everything is generated in procedural mode. By clicking Activate List, we activate dungeon structure info for more customization and select rooftop creation. We customize the height of the room and the type of roof, then we go to the scene and start checking the creation of the dungeon. Let's navigate and check the decorations on the walls and how the roofs were made. Dungeon Creator is a system for easy creation of mazes in the Unity Editor environment. Go to Windows and activate Dungeon Creator V1. Use Full Setup to already have all presets active. Create a dungeon with just a few clicks. Change the settings and try regenerating the initial room. Changes the number of rooms in the dungeon. Now that you have changed the number of rooms, create the dungeon. Look at and analyze the dungeon you created. Move the camera to see the different details. You can create a dungeon with over 25 different types of rooms, from labyrinths to rooms with stairs or crypts. The rooms can also be managed with 4 types of roofs. Dungeons suitable for top view and first-person perspective. Explore the dungeon you created. Move the camera and explore. Simple, effective, and fast. Welcome! Now I want to build a non-random but custom dungeon. After building a base room, I choose a door, set the size, and build it. I want to build a corridor from a new door. I set the dimensions narrow and long and build it. Now I want to build some new rooms with the 25 basic presets. I choose the room with 2 staircases leading to a mezzanine and a new staircase leading to the floor and the next door. Now let's analyze the created rooms and go through the project. I choose a new door and build a room with the preset 2, which has a staircase on the left side, which then leads to a mezzanine on the right side, and another staircase that leads to the next floor. The whole room is lit by a 2-light system that you can edit in the Unity 3D editor. On the left side of the screen, you can see a room in preview mode. The preview model is semi-transparent so that the replacement of prefabs parts is easier to recognize. I open the Dungeon Creator tool and activate the quick setup and connect it to the interface. If you deactivate the active list, the window will open completely so that you can link the various prefabs to the dungeon structures. I hit refresh preview and the floor is replaced with a prefabs file I had linked. It's a shiny metal floor suitable for a room type. I associate the wall prefabs, the floor prefabs, and look for which one is best for the door. From here, I press Update Prefabs again, and here is the magic. It has created the room with a new kind of custom 3D objects. For example, in the floor, you can insert many prefabs variables and associate a percentage of visibility. We have previously built a dungeon, and now we want to change some features of the structure of a single room. We go to the editor and select the room we want to change. We cannot change the size, only the structure and the interior design. All lighting settings are also editable. We select a room and press the Change Structure and Decoration button several times and see that the structure of the floor, walls, and furniture changes so that we can choose the best version. Now I click on the Change Lighting button, and the lighting setting of the individual room is changed. We switch to the editor and select a previously created room and change the interior design as before. Now I can create a new room with the previously set parameters by selecting a door, as in the previous movie. Width 4 units and depth 7. I will continue as long as I am satisfied with the number of rooms I have created. Now we navigate through the rooms in the editor and realize that some doors do not have an associated room. Pressing the Close Room Door button replaces all rooms that are not connected to a room with a closed door. In the dungeon we made, we activate the AI navigation, NavMesh surface function, and activate the bake that will create the active paths. We use the king character that already has an iNavigation script set up and has a script controlling the canvas information view of the objects. You associate the objects from the canvas. Now we select the door prefabs, which opens using the right mouse button, and place it in the dungeon. Let's try to place it correctly. You can see that the blue AE navigation plane changes, and until the door is open, you cannot pass into the adjacent room. Now after pressing play, we try the door opening. We walk away and see that the door does not open. In fact, we have to get closer and press it with the right button. It opens the door and disables the NavMesh obstacle. Let us now try the creation of a door that opens directly by a mechanism. We position it in the room, rotate it 90 degrees. Is a port that has features. In addition to the NavMesh obstacle, it also has informational text. Multiple languages can be enabled in this script. Now we create a mechanism with a lever and associate it with the wall. We approach it and set it in place. Now we assign in the door script the mechanism to be activated to open it. Now we approach the mechanism system, we press it with the right button, and the door will open. Now let us look at how to activate the AI navigation system with the dungeon. It's very simple. You select the component, AI navigation, NavMesh interface, and press bake. In an active, it is ready. I am inserting prefabs with some 3D characters already set up to control with the navigation system. The first one is the game character, while the others are the enemy characters that have their own path intelligence and follow you in the dungeon structure. Now we try out the example by playing and moving the character by clicking on the floor. He will move in the dungeon. Let's take a look at an overview of the assets that form the basis of the dungeon creator. There are about 80 different elements that can also be integrated together. There are various furniture elements, and it goes all the way down to the ruined floor, a series of floors and walls that are then mixed into the dungeon to give a sense of variety. Prison elements are noted that enrich the architecture of ceilings and doors. Each element can be reused to form increasingly complex prefabricated houses.